All right, everyone. Welcome to your weekly all signs messages. I'm going to go in the order of the zodiac, and I'll put the timestamps down below. And if you are looking to meet your own spirit guide, I'll put a link to a free meditation to take you on a journey to the Temple of the Masters so that you can do just that. Kind of just wanted to shuffle it fresh to get the energy as fresh as possible. So let's go ahead and start with Aries. What does Aries need to hear this week? Know, see, feel. Aries, you're at like a crossroads to make a decision. And there's a part of you that's afraid of like making your decision because what if it leads to disaster? But it's clarifying it like that the fear is actually about tuning into your passion. What if I go for the job that really lights me up and I get all excited about it, but then when I get there, it's a hellhole? Okay, so what I want to say for you, that's a common upper limit. You guys can go read that book if you want. It's called The Big Leap. And he kind of just talks about like a happiness thermostat in there. Everyone has a default level of how much happiness they allow in, and it's like a thermostat. If the temperature gets too high, it will turn the cooling off to bring it back down to the default thermostat level, right? If it gets too cold, it will turn the heat on to warm it up to the level you set it at. The same thing works for your happiness. You have a default amount of happiness you allow yourself to feel. So if you go for that dream job and get happier, this tends to happen in someone's life. They enjoy the dream job, but then like their relationship crashes or they get sick to essentially kind of equalize and get at that equilibrium level, okay? How you get past that is essentially just practice daily growing the feeling of happiness within you. So I always preach meditate for 15 minutes and then write a positive focus list. Just 10 to 15 things that you either find satisfying or that you appreciate in your life right now. You can extend that practice. What are 2 to 10 things that made you feel really happy lately? Write them down, feel that feeling in your chest so that you're just growing and practicing feeling happy more often so that when you get the new job, instead of doing this, you just enjoy it. Okay, and I also want to point out to you guys, Aries, that you've already lived the life where you're like, oh, this one feels so good. I'm afraid of going there because nothing's that good, right? What if I go there, enjoy it, and then I crash and it will hurt even worse? You've had that option, and then you have the option of what is this danger thing? Oh, because I can see the danger, I know I can handle it, I know what I'm walking into. AKA, you go date the toxic person. AKA, you go date the person that you go work at the job where they say, we got to work some overtime, but not too much, right? So you've walked into the danger before. How's that worked out for you? You know, so why not try the other path? Um, yeah, all I can say is that like if you're willing to go down the other path, it's going to be more balanced, you're going to be softer in your body. It's kind of like can you believe play believe just for a second that life could work out for you, that it can be happy, that you can wake up after having gotten a good night's sleep, and a good practice there, especially for my females watching this. I allow myself to receive rest before you go to sleep. Just imagine, like, I wake up refreshed. I wake up, I like my job. I like my coworkers. I like what I do for money. I like what I got on the schedule for the day ahead. And it's like literally just, can you allow yourself to believe that you can be happy? Because if you will be willing to take the new path, it's going to lead to a fire, feeling confident on your own, feeling comfortable and confident in your own body, and also the King of Water, the most love you've ever experienced. So a lot of this week is about you reaffirming to yourself that what you want is like worth defending. What you want is worth having. It's worth having a job that I like. It's worth having a paycheck that I like. It's worth living in a life where I got a little bit of financial overflow. Um, and it's kind of like if you spend this week reaffirming, it's worth having those good things. It's worth enjoying the amount of pay. It's worth enjoying my coworkers. It's worth the vacation I'll be able to go on. Um, I'm worthy of that. Then like then you're going to start getting your inspired action. So I think this is a lot of like the week of setting the energy of that it's worth having good things in your life. What an interesting read. Okay, let's go on to Taurus. What does Taurus need to hear, see, feel this week? Oh, wow. Taurus, you're getting like a little bit of a bumpy new start. Um, it's almost as if you're sad, like whatever it is you're focused on right now, whether that be love, money, starting a family, it's almost as if you're sad that you didn't do this sooner. So I just want to let you know that that's like so out of alignment. It's not even funny. It's because it's that moment you think you're high vibe because you're like, oh my God, this is actually really fun. This is actually a good way to spend time. This is way better than how I used to live my life. Well, why didn't I do this beforehand? That's out of alignment because that's you now. Like, well, I don't use the word projecting, but that's you. Well, I can use the word projecting. That's you looking at your past and projecting negative vibes on it. Okay, so this is you. I like this thing I'm doing. All of my previous life before me, though, why didn't I focus on this sooner? So you're like negating and making everything you've done before this like bad or wrong, or like, thinking like, that was, maybe you're being really mean to yourself and going, that was stupid of me, that was silly of me, I can't believe I didn't focus on this sooner. So that means like every moment before this, you're like casting negative vibes on it instead of you can look back if you want and go, whoa, I wonder what younger me was thinking. Why didn't younger me really value this? Wow, the fact that I'm thinking that shows that I clearly have changed. I've got new priorities, I've got new belief systems, because I don't understand why younger me used to like that. So instead, like, view it as an awareness that you've like evolved, that you've awakened to a new level. Because then you're at least in alignment, like, I've just hit a new level, right? And like, think of like a kid growing up. There's the baby who, oh, I love being picked up by mom and dad. And then there's the toddler who's like, don't pick me up, mom and dad. I'm trying to walk here. Hold my hand so I can walk. That kid's like, why are you trying to hold me, mom? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's hit a new level. So you've just hit a new level in life. And some of that so if you're not looking in the past, like I was just describing, you're probably trying to distract yourself. And I would say, you're trying to distract yourself with another topic. I should be thinking about that. I hope that's going to work out. I hope that's going to be okay. That whatever the other topic is in your life. But in reality, that's just you kind of avoiding the fear of, I want to do this new money making activity and I may not make it. I may not be able to pull it off. I may not be able to do it. So just be aware that that's like out of alignment too. Okay. I want to do this thing. It's so beautiful and blissful. I see how it could be really good, but I may not be able to pull it off. So you just got to recognize that on the emotional guidance list for manifesting, it is pretty low vibe, and it's always better when manifesting to admit exactly where you're at. And if you need help manifesting, I have a free mini manifesting course. I'll link to that in the comments down below where I put the timestamps. I explain all 5 steps of law of attraction in there, okay? You just gotta admit, like, you're insecure. Law of attraction is like Google Maps. You got the end destination is whatever you're trying to become, a teacher, you're trying to get married, you're trying to become an awesome realtor who's making bank. And if you don't admit your starting point, right, Google Maps will just sit there, not do anything. So when you're manifesting, it's like, the universe is like, okay, and we know you want to get here, but where are you starting at? And if you're saying you're higher vibe than you actually are, the universe is like, the Google Maps is like, cannot compute, So the universe is like, yeah, you're not up here happy trying to get there. You're actually down here. So when you're down here and it's telling you, journal, process the anger you feel on this topic, it will get you there. You're like, No, I'm up here. And then when you get up here, you're like, oh my God, why am I not getting my thing? Why am I not getting my client? You crash and you go, I just need to get high vibe because this is where I'm really at. Let me go. But like, you're down here. You need to go this path, you know? Like, picture the United States. You're in California trying to get to New York. And like, why would you put, I'm in Oregon and get directions from there to there, right? Because then you're just going to get effing lost and the directions aren't going to be like any good or useful to you. Okay. So you want to be in a place of, this is the new way I want to make money. This is the new way I want to live life. This is a new thing I'm doing. And I feel insecure about my ability to do it. Of course, I feel that way. It's a brand new thing. Anytime you do something brand new, it's your first couple of times. And I'm getting used to like new emotions, new ways of viewing life. I'm getting used to growing neural pathways in my body. It's a new way of thinking, a new way of being. It's okay for me to feel this way. Just like when a baby's learning to walk, it feels insecure, so it grabs onto mom's and dad's hands and then walks. It's okay for me to feel this way. I know how manifesting works, the emotional guidance list, high vibe, low vibe. I'm down here. My emotions will soon start going up on this specific topic because I'm happy and high vibe in all the other areas of my life. The specific vibes on this one are going to go up each and every day. Universe, I'm ready to start seeing how I can do it. I'm ready to start seeing how it's possible for someone just like me. I'm ready to feel and be confident in this area of my life because boy, doggy, is it going to be good when I'm up here. Right? So you just like shifted your vibes upwards. That's why it's really important to just admit where you're at emotionally on it because your inner being knows your next step. And your inner being is always going to get you there as long as you're willing to listen to your intuitive impulses for how to get there. And it might be, let me give you an example. What was I recently manifesting? Um, oh, I want to manifest doing VIP intensive days. So I sat and got quiet. And what I heard my inner being say was work on your Kundalini energy. It's the green dragon, the green feminine dragon on your left side. You need to talk to her and work with her and allow your feminine energy to rise. And I was like, okay. Kind of was just hoping for the post to write to get the client, you know. I wanted to go from here to here. It's like, okay, I guess I'm down here and I've got some low vibes to get up there. I did it, and what it first said was, I want you to do this journaling practice. You need to get over this X. I was like, what? And what it was, you guys might like it. Bilateral stimulation, so wear earphones when you do it. That way it activates both sides of your brain. And that way when you're journaling, just set a timer for 20 minutes. My particular guidance I got was to just like start with, I hate so-and-so. Here's what I feel angry about interacting with them about. And I think like the first 5 minutes of the 20 minutes, I hate this about them. I hate that about that. And then it was this whole release of like, oh my God, it has nothing to do with them. And I just don't want any part to ever hang out with them again. I want better for myself. I want better company. And then the next 15 minutes just like free flowed this, oh my God, here's what I'd rather be experiencing. Here's what I'd like to be experiencing. Here's what I really enjoy. Here's the type of social activities I really want to be doing. And then at the end of it, I got like an epiphany of like, oh my God, here's how I need to start running my business, right? So this isn't going to get you anywhere. You're just going to keep crashing and looping. Here I got like, whoa, here's how I run my business. It just took a huge step forward. So just know that you kind of got two emotions, one of disappointment of why didn't you do this sooner, and one of you're seeking reassurance on a second topic and the past thing. So it's just this week is a lot about you bringing the topic that you're manifesting into alignment. Okay, let's go to Gemini. What does Gemini need to hear this week? We got the Lovers card. Oh, and Gemini, if you want to meet your spirit guide, free meditation to do that, I'm going to link that near the timestamps. Gemini, this is kind of like if you would take the time to rest, that's when you're going to fall in love with life again. That's when you're going to fall in love with the process. You're going to fall in love with the journey. And that's when you're then going to get your inspired action that's going to lead to the like emotionally balanced life. So I think right now there's a little bit of like a fear of like, oh my God, I can't work that hard. Oh my God, I can't exhaust myself again. But if you would literally take the time to rest, you'll fall in love with life and whatever you're trying to do. And once you're like, oh my God, I love it, it'll be so blissful when you allow yourself to feel that bliss. But see, you need to not force feeling the bliss. You need to rest yourself into feeling the bliss. That's when you then get the chariot card, and the reassurance, clarifying card of balance, that like there is a way to get what you want in a way where you emotionally feel balanced. So that means, you're not going to work coming home feeling completely exhausted and tired with a headache. It's where you go to work and you come home and you're like, oh, I have mental bandwidth to play with my kids and help them with their homework and give my wife a kiss and twirl her around and flirt with her a bit. So it's kind of like a big, like, don't worry if you would just rest. Okay. I know one thing that my clients are really finding helpful right now is before they take like a nap, before they go to sleep. Obviously, do the basics, dim the lights a good 90 minutes before you want to go to bed. Get your eyes away from blue light because that keeps your brain active. You need about a 90-minute break from blue light before you go to bed. So obviously do the practical stuff. The spiritual stuff would be, it's the end of the day and it's time to rest. It's time to let my body recharge, rejuvenate, recharge. I'm going to sleep and I'm allowing myself to wake up refreshed. I'm allowing myself to receive rest and relaxation. That way your body can relax and let go before going to sleep so you can actually get rest and recharge and refresh. Because it looks like right now, like however you're taking naps or, why do I need more rest? I laid down for 5 hours and I couldn't nap. I don't need rest. I just need to work. No, it's you're not letting yourself rest and relax. It needs to be I give myself permission to receive rest right now, because your body needs to relax so it can actually like go to sleep and get like deep sleep and REM sleep. That's pretty much your message this month, this week, Gemini, is like allow yourself to like receive deep, restful rest. You're gonna fall in love. You're then inspired action, and your inspired action is going to lead you to action where you're going to feel mentally and emotionally balanced at the end of this so that you have a lot of mental focus for the other areas of your life. So the only reason why you can't relax is because you're just afraid of not being able to enjoy the other areas of your life. So it's kind of a beautiful thing. Okay, let's go to Leo. What does Leo need to hear? Ooh, Leo, how interesting. Okay, you're at the start of a new journey, and your new journey that you're realizing is that it's not just about being that hopeful, optimistic, do-gooder, go-getter, go-doer. It's about being like more intentional with your time, and it's really about, you're starting to realize that you want to be more intentional with like who, what, where, how you spend your time, because you're really recognizing that who you spend your time with is worth, it's worth investing time there to be more deliberate and intentional there. Because it looks like you're really looking fondly back at an old experience, an old relationship. I don't know if I want to call it relationships. I don't know if you guys were ever in like a committed life partner relationship, but you're looking back and going, dang, I had it good. I wish I had like been a little more intentional while I was there and like asked more questions instead of just like, being the dog chasing the ball, going for the good things, going for the good feelings. I wish I got to know them more, because now I feel like I can't even reach out to them with something that they would say yes to. So it's kind of like that moment where you're like, whoa, I spent a lot of time with them. Yeah, I don't even know them. I don't even feel like I can call them right now and invite them somewhere with something that would light them up. And like, I want to call them up and light them up. So it's just kind of like that, just that awareness of like, whoa, I was just always chasing the good feeling and saying yes to the good thing coming at me. I was not intentionally crafting and creating my life. So you got the Fool card, the Dreamer card. So you literally are at the start of that new journey of, I'm going to keep my hopeful, optimistic side of me. I'm going to keep the part of me that looks forward to life, that looks forward to growing and expanding, which that's a very good thing, Leo. Keep that for sure. And it's just the awareness of, I want to enjoy life more, and I'm realizing that it's who do I have a relaxed feeling in my body with? Who do I feel like there's more presence? Like it's me and this person are like being present with each other and crafting, co-creating an experience between the two of us. We're not just throwing paint at the wall, doing fun activity after fun activity of look how fun I am. So it's kind of like you're getting out of that prove energy, proving you're worthy of love, proving, demonstrating to the person how worthy you are of love. This Leo might also mean that you're like kind of done with the girlies or the boys who are always trying to prove that, no, look, I love you, I cook for you. Just like, how do I say it? Those like F boys and F girls, is that the way to word it? Those people who are like, who like to be chased. So you might be leaving the chased era of your life. Like, well, I thought that was fun, and it was fun being chased and seeing all the where people would go to for this. But you're kind of recognizing that like that empty validation is exactly that, empty validation. So you're like, I need to be more intentional, and because it's like you want that grounded experience when you're around people now. Okay, so what's your advice to Leo though? Oh wait, hold on. There's more messages from this one. Some reassurance, like you're on the right track, and it's kind of like a don't worry, you're gonna figure it out. Oh, and there's a don't worry about that person from the past. They would be warm and friendly if you reach out. It's like the other person knows there's a lot of good vibes there. There's a lot of good intentions. The other person knows. I'm gonna guess the other person's older, Leo. Like they know that relationships take time to build. Uh, the first month or two, it is you just gonna have to call and like, hey, how's your day? And just listen. You're not gonna have much profound value to give them. You're not gonna have really anything that you can add to their life for as you're getting to know them. It will be like after a month, 2 or 3, where it will be like a, hey, I know I normally just like shoot the shit, talk about the weather and this or that, but I actually got a problem that I'd like to run by you and get your opinion on. Like the person knows that you got to do those first couple months of just building that before you guys get comfortable, before you guys become aware of how the other person could help you. So it's kind of like don't worry about them. Like they'll be okay with just building the relationship with you if that's something that you want. You don't have to go down that path. I just want to let you know that that person's not going to like shut you down. They're going to be okay with the casual conversation because they know how to build relationships. Um, and like don't worry, you're going to be successful on this new intentional path you're on. It's kind of like it looks like it's just going to be like a rapid growing evolution of your personality, a rapidly growing evolution, adaptation about how you approach relationships and how you approach how you spend your time, and really also about how you approach having alone time and downtime, your own time, how you spend that time. Like you're just going to rapidly go through that like inner journey within to see and experience. It's kind of like a big like don't worry from spirit. Yeah, and like what I'm hearing from the spirit guides right now is like, don't worry, Leo, you're gonna make it, you're gonna be okay. The first week or two will feel tumultuous as you really feel into the, oh my god, I truly haven't enjoyed how I spent my time with people in a really long time. Like just shed those tears, shed those old layers. Then you're like, okay, and then you'll be your typical Leo self where it's like a, okay, universe, fine, I haven't liked who I spent my time with anymore. I realized it was like empty validation or whatever. Well, guide me to the people and the experience where learning how to be better in relationships is easy. Guide me to the people where it feels good and better. Like, because you're still going to have that like youthful optimism of like, okay, what's the new way? What do I got to do? That golden retriever energy. So it's kind of like a big old like, don't worry, you're going to be okay. Yeah, and like all of this is you gaining a sense of value of your time, and that recognizing that time is like the most precious resource you have. So yeah, positive change, the wheel. It's once you give yourself that moment to be like, F man, I don't like how I've been spending my time. I've been spending time with these kind of people. Disgusting. All right, universe, point me in the new direction. Let's go. Like it's gonna be good because you got the wheel, which is like the conscious choice to make a change in your life and rapid, good, positive stuff coming in. All right, let's go to Virgo. What does Virgo need to hear this week? You got sexy adult time on your mind. Interesting. Seeds are well planted for you to have a good love life. There's a past person you got to let go of. There's like, it was someone that you definitely viewed as very motherly, very nurturing, very kind, very, very caring. And for some reason, you feel like you knew that about them and you saw that about them, but you never experienced them pointing that focus on you. and you're feeling like a little cheated, like I don't get it. Like, she was perfect, I was perfect, we could have had a good relationship. Why didn't she ever put that nurturing, caring, motherly side on her focus on? That's all I wanted. I just wanted to feel her warmth and her love, that she wanted me to feel good and she wanted, like, my needs mattered. Why didn't she ever do that? I don't get it. Like, it's like all the pieces were there for us to have this amazing relationship. Like, why was it always like this? You just kind of gotta like let that go and be like, it just didn't work. It just didn't click. It was 1 degree off. I'm ready for the one where it fits, where I feel kind, caring, and giving from the get go. They receive it beautifully. And they love, like, we both mutually love taking care of each other because you're really ready for that, like, unity. And it's kind of like once you let trying to figure out why that past person never shown their love on you, like, that's when you're gonna kind of like rapidly evolve into you being more of a team player, better team player. Let me think how to word this. You being a more cooperative component to relationships working, and then you're going to be a vibrational match for other people who are also cooperative components to relationships working. So a lot of, I would say, this week and next week is about you becoming a vibrational match for like harmony in relationships. But this journey of yours, of this shift within you, so you can then attract people where it's a harmonious relationship, you gotta let go of understanding why it didn't work out with that past person. Once you let that go, like, then you're on the new journey into soft playing with people, soft enjoyment of time. One thing I feel called to share is, if you've experienced any kind of trauma in your life, how it impacts your dating life in like the broadest level sense is, a lot of people look for intensity and chemistry versus intimacy. Intensity is where that, like, oh my God, when I come around them, I just come so alive. I feel things within me. Guys, that's just called an activated nervous system. Fight or flight. You're in fight or flight mode. You like become alive and like you feel that adrenaline, that intensity. Okay, that's an activated nervous system. That means your nervous system is getting activated by this person. You're in fight or flight around this person. That's why intensity is not a good sign. You got to switch to intimacy. That's where you both feel soft in your body. That when their name pops up on your phone, you feel a soft glow in your body. And it's like a sense of appreciation too. Like oh, they reached out to me. Oh, their name always like lights up my day. And then it just feels like it's two people kind of playing with a ball back and forth. Intensity is, oh my God, you contacted me. Let's go to the bedroom right away. You're so hot and sexy. I know you find me hot and sexy. Let's go. Like, look at this, right? Or do you want that intimacy, just that flow of energy between two and people? Us, when we come together, there's just this beautiful exchange of energy between the two of us. And when you're around, I do enjoy life better. I do enjoy my day better. So there's just a difference between intensity and intimacy. And if you could just let go of that past person, because like, you don't need to be wrong, bad, or toxic. They don't need to be wrong, bad, or toxic. For whatever reason, you two together, it was an activated nervous system between both of you. And that's why that person didn't shine. That like deep love you felt within them, that caring, mothering, nurturing side that you were just like, honestly, I want to use the word desperate to feel from them. Their nervous system was activated. They were in fight or flight. So they were like, picking the fight with you. So it's just let go of trying to understand why it didn't work, and let go of waiting for them to return. Let go of trying to make it work, because then you got creative relationships, not playful, good companion relationships coming up, soft, warm love coming up. But I just think you're gonna have such a hard time letting go of trying to figure out why. I think you're an intellectual person, Virgo, and I think you like to understand the science, the chemical reaction, the why didn't it work? Why couldn't they just soften and love me? But like, I don't think you're ever going to figure it out. And like, you have a choice. You can spend the rest of your life trying to figure out, why did they never shine their love on me? But that path will only take you to a month from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. You're going to see that Facebook profile photo or Instagram, whatever. You're going to see that photo of her with another man. You're going to see her being soft and shining all this love on him. And you're going to be like, damn, that should have been me. That could have been me. That should have been me. And then your mindset will switch to, wait, what was wrong with me? Why didn't I get that? Why didn't I deserve it? Okay, so that's path A. Or you can go into, okay, I don't get it. I don't get it. We were both, I don't understand why our nervous systems were activated so much around each other. I give up trying to figure out why she couldn't relax around me and just be feminine and love me. I now know that I want to attract in people where we both feel soft in our bodies and a regulated nervous system, and the times are just flowing and good between the two of us, and there's just good love, so that I can actually feel appreciated and loved for who I am. Then you got the Three of Earth and the Page of Water, which is good team work, people coming together with different skill sets. So it's not even like, it's not a 50-50 relationship, but it's a very complementary relationships. Your skills together will come together to enhance both of your lives, and there's just gonna be a lot of love. So you kind of got two choices, Virgo. I hope you pick the second one. And don't forget, I go live Tuesdays and Thursdays right here on YouTube at 11 a.m. Eastern Time with free spot coaching, so come hang out. Okay, let's go to Libra. And Libra, if you would like to meet your spirit guide, I put together a free meditation to take you on a journey to the Temple of the Masters. I will link to that down in the comments below. If you would like a free mini read, I go live right here on YouTube every Tuesday, Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, so come hang out then. And Libra, your reading for the week. Ooh, you got a good one. Okay. Interesting. It's really good, except for the clarifying cards are on your happy card. So embrace love. Let the new love in. So it's either like literally a new love, or it could be a person that you've been with for a while, but a new start in that relationship. So it feels like a new love. Embrace that and just let the change happen. I kind of think it's going to be, for most of you, it's going to be like a reignited new relationship with someone that you already know, whether it be turning from friends to lovers, or you were in a relationship, but now for whatever reason you're just working together better. Like the message to you though is that like accept that your growth happened, accept that it happened, accept that you're changed, and accept that it's like for good. Your change is for good. And the change that you made is that you're just like, I've just got to love life. I can't keep fighting with this person. I can't keep pleading. I can't keep trying. Like, I just got to love life, and I got to love myself. And literally the more that you focus on, I've got to love myself, you're going to like become the divine feminine. And so one good thing that you want to ask yourself is, would someone who loves themselves do that? So it's not asking, do you love yourself? It's not asking about your mother wound or your self-worth. It's, my partner just asked me to do X, Y, Z. Would someone who loved themselves to the core of their being, every cell in their body, every DNA molecule in their body, would they say yes to doing that? Oh, they would? Okay, I'm going to do it. No, they wouldn't. Babe, I know you want me to do that, but something about that just feels wrong and off. I'm not going to be able to do that for you. And that's how you're going to grow your sense of self-love. And there's no judgment. You just ask yourself, would someone who loves themselves do it? Yes or no? Keep it logical. Yes or no? No, you just take the action of no. Yes, many of you will probably, then why, if it's a no, you're like, someone who loves themselves wouldn't do it. Why do I feel the impulse to do it? You can negatively downward spiral all you want, but you're like out of that era. You've done the world. You completed that cycle. So it's just, no, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't go to that bar with their friends. You're right, they wouldn't. It's never a good time. I was in a babysitting. I'm going to say, not this time. Not tonight, guys. Have fun. And you just take the new action. They wouldn't do it. Okay, I'm not going to do it. What else can I get myself into that would be an enjoyable night for myself? And you just, yes, someone who loves themselves? Yes. So treat it kind of like detached emotionally. Would someone who loves themselves do it? No, no. Yes, yes. Like that simple. Okay, and so it's kind of like this is your week to be practicing that, making it just a yes or a no, and you're going to start finding like true happiness from within you. I think that once you start feeling happiness, you're going to hit some resistance. And it's going to be one of those like, oh my God, wait, it's going too good. Where's the ball going to drop? Where's the ball going to drop? Wait, it's going too good. when that moment happens, just continue with the practice of, would a person who loves themselves do this? Yes or no? Just keep doing that practice so that you break that barrier of, yes, it can just be this good. Yes, I can just enjoy life. But hear that. It's not practicing, I can be happier. It's not affirmations. It's just keep up the practice of yes or no. Is someone who loves themselves do this? Yes or no? When that moment of fear, anxiety hits, just be like, it's okay for me to feel this way. I'm breaking I'm limiting belief. I'm breaking a barrier to a level of happiness. It's normal for fears to come up. Would someone who loves themselves give themselves a warm bath tonight? Would someone who loves themselves give their ankles a massage tonight? Would someone who loves themselves reassure themselves and make a hot cup of chocolate and watch a movie? Yes? Okay, let's do this. Let's hear, going to go past it. All right, let's go on to Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to hear this week? And Scorpio, if you would like to meet your spirit guide, I put together a free meditation to help with just that and to let you do it. And if you would like a free mini read, I'll link to that meditation in the comments down below with the timestamps. If you'd like a free mini read, I go live on YouTube every Tuesday, Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. All right, Scorpio, for this week, check it out. How interesting. Drop the fight, drop the struggle. Don't even engage in it anymore. Like, it's literally drop the fight. Don't engage in it anymore. It's going to be a bitter pill to swallow to like drop that fight. You know, it never feels good to lose. It never feels good to give up on something. All I can tell you is that when you do, you're going to walk away to victory. You're going to walk into the magician era of your life where you're like, oh, I can actually manifest anything and I can manifest good stuff. So your whole job this week is to remain hopeful that life can feel better and good for you, and remain hopeful that like there's got to be a better way to live life. There's got to be a more enjoyable way to live life. There must be something better. Guide me, universe. Guide me, inner being. Guide me to the something better. Guide me to feeling better about my life. Guide me to feeling good about myself. Guide me to feeling good about money. Guide me to feeling good about all the topics and areas of my life. Guide me that way, universe. Yeah, because it kind of just looks like the way you're approaching life and happiness, you need a new plan, right? This way is not working. It's fight, it's conflict. So that's why you need to do that rampage I just did. Universe, there must be something better. Guide me to the something better. I don't know how, but somehow relationships got to feel easier. Somehow it's got to be better. It's got to be easier. It's got to be more enjoyable. It's got to be softer. It's got to be more lovable. There must be a new way to experience love that feels lighter and good in my body and relaxed in my body. Guide me there. You'll get the new plan, but it's literally drop the fight. Let go of the fight. Move in the new direction. Swallow whatever ego or pride you got to swallow and just like move on, and you're going to walk into the magician era of your life, and like your passion for living life is going to like take off and come back. Well, you got the shortest read of the week, so literally drop the fight. That's what you got to work on this week, and just be like, okay, that sucks. They might think they won, but I don't care. I'm moving on to greener pastures. Okay, your read's over, but I'm going to get up to turn my light on. Okay, let's move on to Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to hear, see, feel this week? Sagittarius, if you would like to meet your spirit guide, I put together a free meditation that I will link to down below in the timestamps. And if you would like a free mini read, I go live right here on YouTube every Tuesday, Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So come hang out. Excuse me. Okay, so Sagittarius. Oh, clear communication where it's you and the other person on a team focusing to solve the problem. And it's more, let's focus on the plan to get us out of here. That's when love's going to return and you're both going to feel eager and optimistic about putting work into it again together. So one bit of advice that I want to give you for that, like kind of more logical, clear communication is one fun way that I've been working on this with a friend is, even if we're just going out for the night, it's like if you could have it all your way, what does your ideal look like tonight? They say it, you listen with that, you just go, oh, okay. And then it's your turn. Okay, if you had it all your way, what would you like your night to look like? So you both are sitting there optimistic, curious, like, what does your ideal night look like? And then when you're done, it's like, well, what does yours look like? And then you might be at odds. I want to stay in. I want to go out and party all night. And it's like, okay, how do we recognize we're on the same team? And how do we approach the problem of a good way to spend the night for both of us? What's the third option? And it's like, okay, I have no effing energy to go out and party all night. Um, what do you hope? What is it that you think you would get out of partying all night? Well, I think it would just be so fun. I would meet new people and I would dance a little. And you might be, oh, well, I don't have that energy in me, but I wouldn't mind going to that new bar. Remember they have all that sitting area and they have that dance floor, so I could go there and sit, and I don't mind going out for a drink or two. You could go there and you could be the one to walk up to the bar to get the drinks. I don't mind. I could be the one to pay. However you solve that problem. But that way you can go up there, you can talk to your new people. I'll enjoy one drink, you dance a little bit, and we'll go out for 30, 60 minutes, and then we go home. The other person go, yeah, because honestly, I just want to like say hi to a new person and maybe hear a new story. Or it might be well, I want to go out, but I don't need to go out tonight. Can we go out this weekend though? I want to go on a long hike, really. Yeah, you know what, babe? I'll have time this weekend for that. So it's kind of like conflict intimacy. I'm trying to think of the word for it. Navigating to a win-win solution. Once you guys start approaching any conflict that way, the love's going to return. You're both going to be like, heck yeah, let's put energy and focus and effort into this relationship. And we'll kind of feel like a little bit of a new start that's more grounded in reality for the two of you. So you'll get out of that airy fairy romantic love, that drama love, into oh yeah, we crafted a good life together. So it'll be more grounded love. All right, Capricorn. What's up, fellow Cappies? Okay, I'm going to shuffle the deck of cards. Yeah, being strongly guided to shuffle the deck of cards. The Capricorns, well, I shuffle. I want to let you know that I have a free meditation to take you on a journey to the Temple of the Master so you can meet your spirit guide. I will link to that down below in the timestamps. And if you would like a free mini read, I go live right here on YouTube every Tuesday, Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I call it High Vibe Mornings. So come hang out and have a good time. I get a personal message from Spirit. Ooh, Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, what does your week look like? Ooh. Embrace new love, embrace a new start, and that's going to happen when you sink into and just admit to yourself, I just want to be loving. I just want to be loving. I want to love life. I want to love the people in my life. Because it kind of looks like, Capricorn, you're leaving that era of conflict and strife in your relationships phase of your life. Like you grew up with some trauma drama in your life and you learned that relationships mean fight, relationships mean scarcity, relationship means one person wins, one person loses. And you're like exiting that era of your life into, I just want to love you. I just want to love the people I hang out with. I just want to do things that will make you feel good and uplift you and where we both feel good. When you embrace that, they're like, I just want super softness in my relationships. Like intimacy is going to explode, and intimacy doesn't mean adult time. Intimacy means when there's like two people and like when you guys face towards each other, you feel that energy between the two of you, your individual energy, their individual energy, and there's just like I don't know why, but when I get around you, my life is better. Even though your lives are fine on your own without them, it's like this feels good in my body when I'm around you. And it's like you will then be able to love life more and love others more. meaning like if you have like a job outside, you'll be able to like take on more clients. You'll feel better to charge more per client you're seeing. Um, so it's really, if you could embrace love and that you just want to love, work's going to get better. That new romance doesn't necessarily mean it's a new person, but romance will bud and take off. Yeah, and you're just gonna like leave the dark ages of relationships behind. Just conflict will be a thing of the past. Dueling it out for, I need my needs met. I need to make sure I'm getting my needs met. Like that phase will just be over because they'll be like, I love you. I want to do things that love you. Oh, you want to do things that love me too? Oh, I've been wanting to go on a hike for forever, so you're letting me know we're gonna go this Saturday? Okay. Well, babe, what can I make you this week to eat? I want to make you your favorite food. And then you're making them their favorite food all week, and then the weekend rolls around, babe, let's get you on that hike you've been wanting to go on. And you're both just feeling loved. Um, okay, but you have to admit, I just want to love. I want when their name pops on my phone, I want to view it as a good positive thing and feel a good positive thing in my body. I want to start trusting their intentions. I want to start feeling loved in my relationships. I want when they ask something of me to feel like it's a good thing. Because it's not like it's part of sometimes when you're leaving that trauma drama part of your life. Relationships used to feel like a burden. Why are they asking me of this? I'm already overtaxed. They knew I had to make my Zodiac video, so why were they texting and calling at that time? Whereas once you cross over into this, you like leave that bad area of your life. It's even if you're making a video like this and you see like, oh, my boo reached out to me. Okay, well, I'm in the middle of my video though, so I'll reach out to them later. So it's like letting go of that relationship is a burden. Someone reaching out to you is a burden. Like you're exiting that phase of your life, okay? But the only way you're going to get out of that trapped feeling, the trapped cycle, is if you just admit, I just want to love someone, and I want to love being with them, and I want both of our lives to be better for being in each other's lives. Like that's what's going to make it all change. Oh, I'm feeling called to pull 3 more cards for you guys. You've got a choice to make. Well, your choice is, do you want to be with them? Yes or no? Do you want to be in a relationship? Yes or no? It looks like Capricorn, like you haven't fully committed. You might be, I want a relationship. I want a relationship, right? All that tense energy instead of, yeah, I would like to experience life with a steady partner by my side. So you haven't yet, believe it or not, fully committed to, I'm ready to go through the expansion of becoming a person who has a life partner in here. Because right now you're kind of pretending like they must not be right, they must not be doing the right thing, they needed to ask and clarify things more, they're not meeting my needs. Um, okay, so you got to make, yeah, so you're like striving to find mental and emotional balance right now. Well, if they just wouldn't have done XYZ, I wouldn't have gotten thrown off. It's not about what they did or what you did. No one did anything wrong. It's that like Capricorn, you haven't committed to your decision of being in a relationship, and that means going through the expansion. Expansion by is contrast, which means low vibes. So you got to go through that expansion of becoming a new person who views relationships in a positive way, who views, when other girls are like, oh my God, how embarrassing, you have a boyfriend, to like, oh, you guys don't have a boyfriend? I love my boyfriend so much. He's so sweet and kind to me. I'm going to go home and make him his favorite meal tonight. I can't wait till he comes home from work and he comes home to his favorite meal. Oh my God, girl, that's embarrassing. And you're like, I don't know, man, I kind of like it. You got to make that decision to commit to, like, that is how I want to spend my time in my life. And when at the end of my life, I want to look back and go, that was one of the best relationships of my life. So it's like once you commit to that, then like the action and the path ahead is going to become clear to you. And I think the other person's going to like step up in providing some direction. It's kind of like they're waiting to feel that you're like committed to them, but also that you're committed to making a relationship work. But they need to feel that internal conviction within you. And then like it kind of seems like I think they'll step up to a little bit of leadership and the path will become clear. And then instead of striving for emotional balance, instead of having to do practice, regulate your nervous system, meditate, think positive thoughts about them, where you're striving to work for that mental balance, it's just gonna be a relationship that naturally provides that. And like your life with that person will look like okay, here's what I got upcoming this week, here's what I got upcoming this week, here's things we want to do together to like nurture and love our relationship. So it will be a very person who's very intentional about, no, I want to be in a relationship with you, like let's do things, like I want to cook this new recipe with you, I like cooking with you. And then you'll be like, okay, we can do that, but I gotta admit, sometimes like I'm a little frazzled after my client call, so can we like do it any day but Thursday? So you guys will start to work in a collaborative way to like planning what this person needs to get like their stuff done, what you need to get your stuff done, and then when's the best time for you guys to connect to do the fun and loving time, so that you both have the most emotional and mental balance that you could possibly have. That sounds beautiful, Capricorn. Yeah, but just be aware, like you got the death card, so that means it's like the death of an old identity. Maybe you liked being the strong, independent woman, or the person who's, why I could do it on my own. Like you're gonna have, it's gonna be an ego death. So you're gonna have to let go of an old identity so that you can attach the new identity, which is like, I am a person in a relationship. I'm a person who has an amazing husband, an amazing wife. Oh, my partner, my relationship with him is one of the best things that I enjoy about like life. Right? You got to become that person. So make your decision. If you don't want a relationship, line up with it and go forth and do whatever project or life mission you're going to work on, or line up with making up line up with that you want to be in a relationship and go through that journey. Okay, Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to hear this week? Aquarius, if you would like to meet your own spirit guide, I put together a free meditation. The link to that is going to be down below with the timestamps. And if you would like a free mini read, come hang out with me right here on YouTube every Tuesday, Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time for free mini reads. I call the show High Vibe Mornings, so that's what's to look out. Okay, so for your week, it's like you're aware that, I don't want to say how you approach something was off. I think it's more like how you let someone else kind of take over and take control. You're realizing it was an unwise choice to just be along for the journey and just be along for the ride and just be along for the experience. But there's something about that you need to gain a new perspective on that. Like you need to view that previous time you spent with that person. You need to get like a whole new view of it. And man, that's not a lot of good guidance for you, Aquarius. It's just once you like universe, man, once you get that new perspective on the previous time you spent with that person, or the new perspective on why you kind of allowed them to be the leader, it's like you're going to realize, you're going to have that moment go, oh, here's what I did wrong. And it might be, oh, it felt so good being chased. Like you're going to have that little bit of an ego thing of like, well, I just wanted to see how much they would do. Well, I just wanted to see how much they loved me. But you're also going to have that like, oh, I see how that kind of set it up to fail. Like it was going to fail from the get-go with the way I let that go. Once you kind of have that little bit of a moment, things are going to get better. Things are going to pick up. You're going to be like, whoa, there's how to get to the good life. There's how to get to what I want. That's what I want. I don't know if this is a relationship. It's not really saying what area of your life it is. It might be how you're approaching work. It might be love, right? But you're going to see that like far off distance of, oh my God, that's what I want. Oh my God, I see how to get there. Okay. And then you're going to be, whoa, that is what I want. And you're going to have a little sense of reinvigoration, passion. You're like, I want a second chance. I think you're gonna have a second chance with something, whether it's love or whether it's like a current job you have, but you're gonna learn to view it differently. Because sometimes you go and like, I'm gonna go in and be the lead engineer on this team, and you've been striving and having strife, and then you just have that moment of, oh, I was working my team to the bone for this reason. I thought that meant I was a good leader for this reason. How silly of me. Let's approach this so everyone just works 40 to 45 hours a week. Um, you're going to get that like second chance. It's going to feel reinvigorating. And then you're going to be like, okay, I'm here and I want to be here. Let's just intentionally move towards the path. Because I think before you were like, well, I'm intentional. I know I want to get there. Let's see what it's like hanging out with that person. Let's see. So it's kind of like there was no leader in the relationship. There was no leader. There was no like leader. There's no one setting the plan. And the other person looks like they felt that gap and they were trying to step up. But like that person isn't a leader. They're not a strategy thinker. But all love, man, right? You need someone to make the plan. You need someone to carry out the plan. Both are needed. You need the scientists discovering the jetpack that will get you to space. You need the people who are adventurous enough to get out there and like, heck yeah, I'll go out there and do that mission, The people who build the rocket ship to Mars tend not to be the people who go on the rocket ship. Both are needed. So yeah, but the point is for you, you need to go through all that. And then once you hit that's where I want to go, I want to intentionally move there, that's when the other person's going to feel that leadership and they're going to feel like, we are going somewhere. We are on a journey together. And then that's when it's going to feel like calm happiness between the two of you, calm happiness between like that internal struggle within of like, I am on my path. I kind of know where I want to go. But you definitely kind of got to get over that like, I'm just along for the journey. I'm just along for the ride. I just like getting to know people. I just like seeing where the experience is gonna go. You got to get over that phase, and it's kind of like accept responsibility. I'm the captain of this ship. Since I'm the captain, my primary objective is to make all of us the most money. So guys, we're gonna go here because we can make the most money. And your crew might be, but that's so boring. And you're gonna be like, right, it's boring. We are going to be bored for the next 6 months, but we're all gonna come home with $50,000 in our pockets. We can of course go on that one that's more adventurous. Some of us might die. Some of us will only come back with $2,000. I'm the captain of the ship, and how I like to lead my ship is I want everyone to come home with the fattest paycheck of their life. Because then you're going to get the crew who's like, heck yeah, that's what I'm on for. Yes, sir, you need this ship cleaned every day because you don't want a single scallop or mark on the ship when we get to port. I will shine this bad boy every day because I want the most money too. So you're going to get more like eager, active participants to put in energy and work into the relationship, but also like their energy will go towards something that's actually going to carry it forward. So they're going to feel like it's more meaningful. They're going to feel like it's, finally, I just wanted a little direction. I just wanted to be taking the action that would make you feel loved, that would get us to where it is we were going. But you got to be willing to accept that responsibility. And I kind of want to remind you guys, they did that recent, I don't think it was a study, but I think it was like a review of animals. They used to say like wolves, there was an alpha and the herd followed them. But what they realized is that as the pack was traveling, there were like strong alphas in front and strong alphas in back. And I think it was the sick and the elderly were also up front. So it had strong wolves up front who like, if they, needed help, they were there to help and they were scanning ahead for danger, like let's go that way, let's go that way, let's go that way. But the elderly and the sick set the pace of the pack moving. Then they had like the healthy women and children in the beginning, and they had strong alphas in the back to protect for danger from the back. So they were the leaders. They were accepting the responsibility for the safety of everyone and the direction and the path to go ahead. But they got to observe the pack and be like, oh, okay, our young pups are starting to growl at each other. They must be hungry. So then the alpha up front goes, yo, other alphas, the pack's getting hungry. Then the ones back were like, hey, I spotted a deer over there. All right, guys, let's stop. That one goes, hunts it, brings back the food. So you're taking responsibility for the leadership of it, but you're gonna get cues and stuff from the people that you're leading. So that's why it's not all on you. It's kind of like they're just going to be happy that you're making the decision and they get to be co-pilot. Until you accept that responsibility of being the leader, which means you're probably going to have to be the one to bring up the conversations, the difficult conversations that, well, hey, I want a good relationship with you and things are going awry. You're being a little snippety snappy at me, and I don't like that. So let's sit down and talk about it because I want to make sure you're feeling good. Is there a need of yours I haven't been meeting? Are you angry at me for something? Did I miss a conversation with you? Did I miss a date? Did I forget something? Please tell me. I want a good relationship with you. That's you're the leader, but it's not like you gotta come out of shit from thin air. You get to ask for feedback. You're just gonna have to be the one. We need to sit down and have a conversation. Clearly, something's not feeling right, and I want us both to feel good. I know what it feels like when there's that soft, flowy energy between us. And it's not feeling that way, so let's just course correct. Well, I just need a date. I haven't gone on a date with you in a while. All right, I'm gonna go get you some tacos. Yes, I'm gonna go out for tacos. Okay, but until you accept that responsibility, relationships are always gonna have that little bit of conflict between the two of you, that little bit of a dual energy, that little bit of a no, here's my needs. I don't want to be stubborn to make sure they're met because I need my needs met. Win lose. That lack of trusting that the other person wants you to be happy. Until you accept that responsibility that we both got to be happy, and I'm going to be the one to hey, here's what I think we should focus on the next. I don't know what you're like. You might be a person who likes to plan a year in advance, 6 months, 3 months. We need to sit down. Let's make our plan for the next 3 months. And let's make this plan, and we're going to carry it forward for the full 3 months. After 3 months, we'll come back in, we'll check in. What did you like? What didn't you like? And we'll make a new plan for the next 3 months after that. The only way we're going to course correct it all is if it's a flat out emergency danger or oh my God, I thought I could do that, but I can't. It's overwhelming me. If it's not that, just oh, it's a little more boring than I thought it would be. We're going to carry this out, and in 3 months we'll check in again, So it's really accept that responsibility. And yes, you might be the one, you might be using the word stubborn. You might be using the words of no, I'm just ensuring that my needs get met in the relationship. You need to actively defend that their needs get met in the relationship too, just as strongly as yours. And it's once you're defending your needs must be met and their needs must be met, that's when you're accepting responsibility. You're going to be an incredibly good leader. Wow, whew, Aquarius, that shit got deep. Okay, so Pisces. What does Pisces need to hear this week? Pisces, if you want to meet your spirit guide, I put together a free meditation. I will link to that down below in the timestamp area. And if you would like a free mini read, come hang out with me right here on YouTube at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I do a show called High Five Mornings with free mini reads. Okay, so Pisces. Well, Pisces, this week, you just got to really admit that you're disappointed. I feel disappointed about how that worked out and that I didn't get what I wanted, and I feel disappointed. Once you use the words, I feel disappointed, you're going to allow that energy to flow out of you, and then it's then your eyes are going to open to the possibilities. So it's that whole look at the card. There's 4 cards in here. They're disappointed. They're looking at the 3 cards that are turned over, crying over spilled milk thing. Once you submit I am disappointed, and then you got to switch to I do feel disappointed. Once you get to the words I feel, your brain acknowledges that feelings are passing and fleeting, so that your emotional state is open to change. Then your eyes are gonna be yeah, I do feel disappointed. That sucked. I wanted to play out differently. Oh, well, now that I've let that vibration out of me, hey, look, there's a cup upright. I want to drink a glass of milk. Sucks that I can't drink out of these 3 because they spilled, but hey, there's a glass of milk there. So process the disappointment, acknowledge it, let it flow out of your body, and then you're going to be whoa, there's the thing that I want. I think that's kind of going to be your theme for the week, because your read's pretty simple. You got to get through that disappointment, because then life is just going to feel more balanced, and you're going to be like able to relax and be like, oh, that's how I can get my needs met. Oh, what I wanted was here all along. I was just literally staring at the wall when, like, oh my God, here's the window. I'm looking out the window. I can enjoy work. I can enjoy my relationship, right? And then like then you're gonna be able to look back positively for like, oh my God, that was actually an incredibly good time. I can't believe, like, I just kept staring at the wall when, like, gosh, when I just turned my desk the other way, I had the most beautiful view of the city. Like, what an incredibly good lesson to learn. What, like, you're gonna look back fondly at that time somehow. But you just, this whole week is about you processing the disappointment. So that might look like, if that's your theme, it might mean that, like, there's a lot of disappointment. Because sometimes when something happens that you feel disappointed on, it's not as simple as like, ah, well, I'm disappointed I didn't get that job. Okay, I did what that tarot girl said. I feel disappointed I didn't get the job. It might be, I feel disappointed I didn't get the job. I feel disappointed that it feels like I let my family down. I feel disappointed that I didn't get the first job I applied for and interviewed for. I feel disappointed that I gotta keep applying for more jobs. I feel disappointed that I just didn't get into vibrational alignment the very first time. I feel disappointed that my, like, dad didn't call to encourage me more. I feel disappointed that I didn't reach out to my dad for advice. Like, gosh, if I had just reached out beforehand, I would have gotten that one and my job search could have been done. So it just means there's probably a lot of things that you feel disappointed on. And one fun way to do that is just look up on YouTube, type in bilateral stimulation. Trying to think, there's another word that should bring something up for you. Put earbuds in, because it's like some of those musics that go like ding, 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 ding. It plays sound on both sides so that both sides of your brain are activated. And just set a timer, 10, 15, 20 minutes, no more than 20 minutes, no less than 10. So somewhere between there. And just free. I feel disappointed about this. I feel disappointed that I had a big stain on my shirt and I didn't know it when I was there. I feel disappointed that I didn't ask that third person for their name. I feel disappointed that I didn't ask this question in the interview. I feel disappointed that I didn't take a shower right beforehand. I feel disappointed I didn't put deodorant on beforehand. I feel disappointed that I didn't come with copies of my resume for them there. Get it all out. Because if this is your read, that means there's a lot of disappointment there. And once you just kind of like let it all out of you, you're like, let all that steam off, let all that pressure off, and then you're gonna get to the good life, and you're gonna look back fondly at the time. All right, guys, I hope that helped you. Thanks for tuning in. Stick around, come back, watch another video. Lots of love, guys. Bye.